Hey guys, Monochrome here. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. Genuinely good to have you. So, let's say you have a very bright, very powerful handheld flashlight that you EDC and use on a regular basis. Well, nowadays, it's not like it was back 18 or 20 years ago where you were stuck with having to use CR123A lithium primaries in a flashlight that pumped out right around 65 lumens and ran off of two of those lithium primaries. It's not like it was back in the day. And yeah, there were a couple of rechargeable options, but they weren't the most reliable. Oh, how things have changed. Well, let's say you're a little bit old school and you would prefer to use CR123A lithium primaries, but in a rechargeable form. Well, the problem is for a very long time, that was just not viable because the rechargeable version was 3.7 volts each, and the primary version was 3 volts. Yeah, that's not going to work well together or separately in a flashlight made specifically for lithium primaries. Thankfully, though, there is a solution. Two of them. One is from Surefire. The other one is from this company, Watson. You've probably never heard of them. Well, as you know, Surefire makes 3-volt RCR lithium rechargeables, and so does Watson. Now, right off the bat, this is not some cheap piece of junk, dangerous, rechargeable gimmick. It's not. I've been using these Watson 3-volt RCR rechargeable lithium batteries for quite a while. And yeah, I get it. There are some people who would prefer not to spend their money on Surefire. People have their reasons. Or maybe you're looking for a competitive alternative. Well, it does exist, and it's called Watson. Lithium rechargeable. 3-volt, 400. Now that may not seem like much, and yes, made in China. However, again, these are not junk. These are not dangerous. They're perfectly safe to use. I've been using Watson brand cells for over a year, maybe 2 at this point. So easily over a year, maybe 2. The results I've gotten from these rechargeable lithium cells, are they as good as my Streamlight or Surefire lithium primaries? No, but the difference is very slight, very slight. So slight that this is pretty much what I use nowadays. And when it came to my flashlights, I used to be very old school for a very long time. We're talking right around 20 years. I would buy lithium primaries. And it just got to the point where it's like, you know what? Rechargeable technology has finally gotten to the point of being reliable enough that, yes, even I will hop on the bandwagon. Because in the past, there used to be times I tried several rechargeable options and I got let down each and every single time. So I was late jumping onto the rechargeable bandwagon, but yeah, absolutely there. You save so much money in the long run, so much money. And as for these Watson cells, ironically, there's not too many places where you can buy them online. I mean, yeah, you got Amazon, eBay, but the best place to get these is B&H Photo Video. That's a site that I've ordered a ton of stuff from. They are extremely reliable, excellent customer service, no issues at all. I mean, the only criticism I can even remotely come up with is the fact that B&H, well, this isn't the criticism. B&H has a huge physical brick and mortar location. They have an online store, and they are run by very religious Jews. So when there's a Jewish holiday, oh yeah, they shut down, sometimes for days at a time, both their online shop and their physical brick and mortar store. They're closed for their religious holidays. That's the only ever so slight criticism that I can make. If you want to order something right away and B&H has it, but it happens to be a Jewish holiday, well, you're out of luck. Might need to shop elsewhere. But yeah, other than that one very minor criticism, B&H absolutely fantastic online shop. As for these Watson cells, you can purchase a 2-pack separately, or you can purchase the entire kit, meaning you get 2 batteries, you get a charger, a 2-bay charger for your Watson cells. This comes included if you buy the entire kit. Now, the charger itself, yeah, it's on par with your typical plastic made in China chargers. It's not better than the rest, but it's not worse either. You get what you're expecting when it comes to a made in China charger. You also get a wall plug. And you get a car charger as well. That's the connector. It's the same as on the wall plug. This fits into the charger, and yeah, it charges up. You also get a small owner's manual. Now, the charger is very easy to use. Basically, plug in whichever one you want, put the batteries in the bays, put the connector on top, and you're ready to go. When the batteries are depleted, these will be red. When they're fully charged, they will be blue. That's how you can tell. Now, on my particular charger, there is a slight issue. When I charge up both of the batteries when they're depleted to the same amount, this bay on the right will indicate blue, while this one still indicates red. That's a little annoying. No, it's not an issue where there's a problem with the charger. It's an issue where there's a problem with the lights, at least on my sample. If I touch the battery that's here, when this is blue, this is red, and I rotate it a tiny bit, this turns blue. So on mine, there is a bit of an issue, but it's the same consistent issue. So I always check if this one is blue, because if this one's blue and this one's red, and I put the batteries in at the same time, and they were depleted to the same level, I know that this red one is actually blue, but the light is acting up. So that's one slight annoying thing, but the charger is consistent, and this is a rapid charger. I've measured the charging time more than once. When these batteries are basically nearly fully depleted, meaning the flashlight kicks down when you try to use turbo mode. When both of these are nearly fully depleted, I toss them in here. 2 hours, 5 minutes. Consistently, 2 hours, 5 minutes. Multiple charging, 2 hours, 5 minutes, done. You could set your watch by that. So that is fantastic. I mean, there's an issue with the light on one of the bays on my charger, but wow, consistent, 2 hours, 5 minutes. So it is a rapid charger. Excellent. And that's what you get with the entire kit. Again, from B&H, you can purchase just the 2 batteries separately. And if you have a flashlight that requires 2 of these batteries, it's a good idea to get another pair, because that way, while these 2 are charging, you can take the other 2, toss them in your flashlight, and you're good. So yeah, there you go. They're not outrageously expensive for the kit either, and it pays for itself after a couple of charges. Now, here's the flashlight I used for testing purposes. This is a limited edition from Meritac Ace Beam P16 LED Defender model. I decided it would be best to use the same flashlight throughout the testing. That way my results would be consistent. And I've been EDCing this guy for a very long time as my primary light, just to test out those rechargeable batteries. Now, the only thing limited edition about this light is the external color. Other than that, same exact thing as the bog standard black Ace Beam P16 LED Defender model. And the nice thing about that model, or this model that I'm holding, whether it's a limited edition external color or the standard one, this will take anything. This will take an 18650. Doesn't matter what brand. Doesn't have to be Ace Beam. It will take any 18650 with a nipple on the end of the battery. This will take lithium primary CR123A cells, 2 of them instead of one 18650. This will take our CR123A lithium rechargeable 3-volt cells, whether it's Watson or Surefire brand. This thing will pretty much eat anything. It does not care. So that's why I chose this as the flashlight for testing purposes. Now, this is not a review of the AceBeam P16 LED Defender model. But if you're looking for an LED flashlight that is definitely geared for throw, but you don't want to buy an LEP flashlight, you want an LED one, this thing is excellent. This thing, yeah. Whether it's a limited edition P16 or the standard P16, this is absolutely excellent, definitely geared for throw, and a lot of it. You'd be surprised how good it is. But again, this is not a review of the flashlight. This is just the one that I used for testing and evaluation purposes of the Watson rechargeable batteries. What do I think of them overall? Well, yeah, these are definitely worth buying. I mean, back in the day, 18, 20 years ago, for a long time, I would buy lithium CR123A primaries, and I would go through them like you wouldn't believe. And even doing the smart thing, ordering them in bulk online from a trusted retailer, because back in the day, from a brick and mortar store, a single CR123A lithium primary was right around $9 for one battery. If you bought online, buying those suckers in bulk, you could get them for around $1.95, $2, $2.25 each. So a significant savings. But if you're someone like me who uses his flashlight a lot, and especially for work purposes, wow, that is still a lot of money, and you go through a lot of batteries. And being lithiums, yeah, it's not a good idea to chuck those in the trash like a couple of AA alkalines. Oh no. With this, you have a fantastic option. And a kit like the one I showed you, I mean, it will pay for itself after you've recharged the batteries for your flashlight, especially your duty flashlight, less than a handful of times, and the kit has basically paid for itself rather than buying these things as primaries, you know, especially from brick and mortar stores. I mean, wow, back in the day, $9 each. No, thank you. No. Yes, you could use a single 18650, but this is basically personal preference. Some of us prefer something like this. Oh, especially in older flashlights, such as older Surefires, where you would have to bore out the aluminum tube in order to get an 18650 to fit. No, thank you. This will fit. I mean, yes, there are 16650 cells nowadays, but it's just easier getting a couple of Watsons from B&H or Amazon or eBay. And yes, I definitely recommend B&H Photo Video if you decide to go with Watsons. Just a fantastic rechargeable option that back in the good old days sure as heck did not exist. Well, technically it did, but these are 3-volt rechargeables instead of 3.7. Big difference. All right, guys, that's it for today. I hope you enjoyed the video. This is just a nice rechargeable option to keep in mind. Please stay safe out there. I'll see you guys soon. Take care.